are going to learn a lot of stuff. Okay, so this is about what I can say, the new acceptance in the market. So what happens, I'll tell you a quick brief history about this. So in 2011 2010 there was an era of SOA, that is service oriented architecture, right? And after that the SOA was actually changed to RESTful APIs. Okay, RESTful web services, they have not called it as API at that time. Okay, so we called it as RESTful web services, and later that everything is combined together. Okay, the entire technology and newer way of approaching things came together, and we call it as microservices. So in that journey, the Java has evolved, okay, all the way from Java 1.4, 1.5, okay, with basic features, basic programming on object-oriented features, to a full-fledged enterprise, what I can say, solution for microservices. So during that journey, even software development actually evolved from a waterfall model to all the way a new DevOps concept. Not even agile. Agile is 3 years back. DevOps I'm talking about. So DevOps is a new thing. DevOps is not CI/CD. DevOps is a mentality. So we'll talk about that in our session. So in that particular journey, we have to learn a lot of new things, because it's not about like this is a development team and this that's no longer, so separation is no longer there. You have a same developer who is actually doing testing, who is actually doing UI. Okay, so all the things are known to the developer. Good with that. So that evolved a concept called as full stack. Okay, so this particular course is all about full stack developer. Okay, so when we're talking about full stack, we're going to understand unit testing concept, we're going to understand development concepts, we will understand web development concepts, we will also understand how do we deploy our services, we will also understand testing and UI. So all those things, okay, are combined together. So we will consider requirements handling, development, unit testing, deployment, every phase, and UI, every phase of our software development lifecycle. So how I structured this together. So I just started my Xmind, okay, and this is the course we have been taking since like last 1 year now. Okay, full stack developer. And before that we used to have a plain Java, but then plain Java is not that, what I can say, needed in market today. Today's need is full stack developer. Okay, so when we are going through that, we are going to start our journey with full stack. So before move further, let me introduce myself first. So by the way, this is Rishi. So I've been working in Java since last 15 years. Okay, so I saw every phase of Java. When I entered into industry, it was Java 1.3, 1.4 era, and currently it's 11, 12, and you know how it works. So I see all those phases in front of me, and I went through it. I coded in that. I'm currently an integration architect for a retail giant, so I mostly spent my time in integration in insurance domain and the retail domain. Okay, and I have a little bit of experience in telecom domain as well, but I didn't actually spend much time there, like 4 or 5 months, not more than that. Overall, I was in so entire time I was in US only. I was in Atlanta for a long time, and I loved it. Okay, so I liked it, but after that I moved. Okay, so I'm moved in Macon, and the journey goes on. So anyway, that is about me, and basically I'm here to, and this particular sessions, like I started my corporate trainings probably in 2014 ish, but at that time I was not doing that for. I'm not doing it freelance type. I was working for my company, and I was giving trainings to them. Okay, but that was in integration area, not in Java. So I started full-fledged Java trainings in 2013 12, oh sorry, 2012. So from that till here, I have been teaching more than 1500 students. I have a big community of doing teaching to people, and I have my own YouTube channel, my LinkedIn, my blogs, okay, and all those things. Okay, so you can find me everywhere. Good with that. So this is Rishi again. Now, what exactly we are going to learn in this particular journey? So when we are discussing about Java full stack, the first part of it is core Java. Okay, so we are going to start with the absolute scratch. So that being said, I just wanted to ask you, okay, please type in your chat box, Tulika, if you have any experience, okay, of programming, in your previous life? Like, are you coding, or do you have any other experience like QA or something like that? No. So you are you from a BA, QA, or any of that IT background? You're totally new to IT, and this is a best news, okay, for you. Why? I'll tell you. Because when I ask this question to people, and when they answer like, oh no, I know C++, I know this language, that language, they tend to compare in their mind. Okay, so their mind is not learning; they are continuously comparing the stuff. So what they do is they continuously keep on comparing. This is what I know about programming language, and Java is different, and Java is different, and they will, for them, unlearning the things and then learning the things. It's taking a lot of time, and I know that shift. But if you are completely new, for you the information is new, you will adapt is as soon as it comes. Okay, just like a baby adapts entire language in 3 months. Okay, it's easy for him because there is nothing to compare. Getting my point? So that's how it is. So clean slate is always easy to write. Okay, it's easy to write on a blank paper. So that's why I always see people who do not have any background. Okay, they are awesome in adapting the concepts. Cool with that. So when we start about this, when we have this full stack developer program in Java, we start with the basic concept of object oriented programming. So even in core Java, I can just actually start with but first thing is, what is programming, by the way? So we are going to start with that concept, what is programming, and in that we are going to understand what is object oriented programming, that is ops. Okay, so this is like the level of writing an algorithm. Okay, so taking a problem and writing an algorithm, how programs really work, what is compiler, what does interpret, at that level. We'll start from that level, and then we'll start with oops, and then we'll start with language basics. Okay, basics of Java. Okay, so probably you will see that first 2 or 3 sessions you will not even see a single word Java coming in. Okay, in our sessions we are only discussing about what is computer, how this programming stuff comes in. Okay, how to write algorithms, what is the difference between compiler, how CPU understands that concepts, what is object, what is class, and number of, if these things are French to you, don't worry, I'm here for you. Okay, then we talk about basics of Java, like what exact Java do for us. Good with that? And then we start about the concepts like uh, overriding, overloading, constructor. So if you don't know that, don't worry about that. Okay, but I'll just say it's advanced core Java. Okay, where we are talking about like parallel processing and all those. Okay, so we can combine all those. So language basics and advanced core Java combines our first part of the course, which is around 12 classes. Okay, 12 to 15 classes, I will say. Okay, so 12 to 15 hours of training. So you know that how deep that would be if we are learning 15 hours. Okay, so if you go to any other learning platforms, entire Java course is not more than 4.5 or 6 hours, not more than that. Okay, but we are actually spending 15 hours just for core Java. Okay, then we are going to start advanced Java. In advanced Java part, so actually there will be one more layer here, so let me show you. So it will be a topic which is advanced Java, and it will go here, and your servlets actually come here. So your servlets, your web services, all goes in advanced Java part. Okay, so servlets and JS. What is that, by the way? So when you go to bestbuy.com, let me show you that. This is our mail. When you go to homedepot.com or bestbuy.com, right? When you go here, when you launch, okay, so it is asking me because I changed my computer settings, and I was in Vancouver when I came back in US, so in Canada, so it is confusing. So when I go to bestbuy.com, I get some screen, right? There is a screen here which is launched in front of me, and then there is some functionality. So when I click on something, so there's a MacBook Air, okay, select the model. Okay, so when I click on something, it actually goes there, okay, send what exactly I need, so Mac Air latest, okay, and fetch out the information for me. So there is someone behind the scene who is working for me. Getting my point? Someone behind the scene which is working and providing this image, providing this description, providing this QID, providing this prices and deals and all those things. That someone needs to be a Java code, correct? So needs to be a Java code. Okay, that can be coded in a number of languages. I'm not denying that, but the Java is the best in that area. Okay, and I'm not saying that, Google is saying that. Okay, more than 3 billion devices works in Java. Okay, so now if you come back here in advanced Java, we're gonna learn exactly this, like how to actually hit an URL. Okay, how to hit a URL and how to fetch the details according to that URL. Okay, so that mapping is done when we learn advanced Java. Good with that? So then servlets and JSP gives you the basics. You are not going to write servlets. This is ancient old technology. Okay, so but this is a core of every new technology. That's why we are learning this. So this is basic. Just like programming and OOPS is basic, servlet and JSP is basics for your newer learning. So how do we write web services? In web services, we have two parts. One is your RESTful web service. Now what is this called as RESTful APIs? Okay, so there is a difference between web service and API. We're gonna learn that. Don't worry about that. Okay, so there will be an API, and we are also learning about SOAP based web service. There is something called SOAP. If you heard these terms, it's completely okay. So this is also called as SOAP based APIs. Okay, so web service has two parts. Now what are the things? So every time we learn these technologies, we also learn how to test them. Okay, remember that what I told you, a full stack developer is actually efficient in taking the requirements, developing the requirements, testing the requirements. Okay, so even in core Java, we will be learning something called as JUnits. So this JUnit is actually testing part of it. Okay, so writing JUnit scripts. Okay, and that approach we are going to learn is called as TDD approach. Okay, test driven development. Good with that? You will get to know all these terms properly aligned so that your resume is built. Okay, resume is built for minimum like equivalent to 6 years experience. Okay, remember that. So now in web services, we're gonna understand RESTful APIs, SOAP based web services, and then with your testing, your implementation, writing a client. Good with that? Now, third part of this particular session is frameworks. I'll not write it as a framework, I'll say Spring. So Spring is a giant part of it. Okay, so it will be a Spring framework, I'll say. My keyboard works a little weird sometimes. So in Spring framework, we are going to take a deep dive. Spring is kind of 30 to 40% of our course. So we'll start with the basics of Spring. Why though? Why Spring is 30% of course? Because I'll tell you. Now current era of the industry is all about microservices. And these microservices, and we gonna have session on microservices, what is microservice and all. So you will understand the components and everything. Okay, so all the moving parts and stable parts of it. But the core component where microservices are generally developed, okay, and I'm talking about like 85 to 90% of the times, the framework is called Spring Boot. Okay, you can definitely do that with REST API. I'm not denying that. What I'm saying is most common, which I observe, which I personally do, is we develop the code of microservice in Spring Boot. So Spring, we're gonna start with Spring Basics, which is called as Spring DI, which is called dependency injection. Okay, this is also called as Spring IOC, invasion of control. We are going to understand Spring in multiple aspects. So like Spring JDBC. Okay, there are a lot of other things also we are going to learn in Spring. So I'll just write it down so that you will get the depth of it. So Spring JMS. Okay, and we are going to learn Spring Boot. We are going to learn Spring AOP. And there are other many things actually. So DI, AOP, that's the sequence. DI, then AOP, JDBC, JMS, and Spring Boot. So this is the sequence we're gonna learn. Okay, so this is all about Spring. Okay, so Spring gonna take a lot of time in our session. Good with that? Now remember that core Java, advanced Java, Spring framework, okay, all those things are framework, but there are lot of utilities which are not categorized as an individual technology, so not categorized as a framework, but they are individual technologies. Okay, let me tell you what exactly I'm talking about. So I'll insert another topic here and I just say additional frameworks. Okay, and in that you're gonna learn a lot about the additional stuff you need, like JNDI, Java naming and directory interface. Okay, how do you look up remote objects? Okay, JDBC. Okay, Java database connectivity. Okay, you're gonna learn Hibernate, most popular ORM framework. ORM is object relational mapping. You're gonna understand your Mongo client. What is Mongo client? There is a NoSQL database. So remember that we are in the latest version of everything. Okay, we are not here for ancient learnings. We are here for it. So now the latest technology talks about NoSQL. So we need to connect to Mongo client. We need to connect to MongoDB. Okay, so MongoDB is an open source NoSQL database. Okay, so in JDBC and Hibernate, we are connecting to SQL database, RDBMS databases. In Mongo client, we're gonna understand NoSQL databases. Correct? Okay, we're gonna add that. Okay, we will also learn about design patterns. You understand how deep we are going here? Okay, we'll also understand how to connect to queues, which is called JMS, and we are actually downloading ActiveMQ on your machine, and we are actually connecting and sending messages to queues and topics. We'll also learn how to write consumers, how to write powerful code. Okay, in that, cool with that. So these are all additionals, and there are many. Okay, I cannot write everything. So there is something called GitHub also. Okay, so all those things are additional framework which we are adding. Is this it? No, this is not it. We are not stopping here. We are adding user interfaces or user experience. So UI and UX, this is a new what I can say trend. Okay, and every Java developer needs to know basics of it. Okay, so we're gonna start with in UI. We are not actually going to in detail. We are not in going detail. We are just knowing the stuff. So we start with HTML. Okay, we learn JavaScript because it's absolutely needed. Okay, and we are going to learn. There were two sessions, especially on AngularJS 8. Okay, seeing the value. So AngularJS 8. So this overall is our structure. For Java learning. Okay, but is this it? No, this is not it. There are additional stuff which I'm going to send you in the form of videos, because these are not what I can say. They are related to Java, but they are not actually a part of course. What is that? Unix programming. Okay, so not we don't actually do shell programming, but Unix basic. So Unix basics is part of our additional bundle. So only if you are subscribing and adding to our Telegram channel. This is my personal community, nothing related to H2K. This is my personal community, my personal commitment to you guys. Okay, that is an additional bundle. So I'll just add that additional bundle here, and I will tell you what are the awesome things in that bundle. That is additional bundle, and I'll keep it below UI. An additional bundle, this is only for people in my community. Okay, and this is Unix introduction. Okay, in that you are also getting GitHub introduction. Okay, one more, you have microservices introduction. Okay, there are awesome things which are I'm continuously adding in here. Okay, one more very important stuff. Interview techniques. Okay, and awesome interview techniques. I have almost like 6 to 7 videos ready for that. Okay, one of the video I published on my YouTube channel. So I recently started that for students only. I never ask for subscription. I never ask for like and comment. I'm not going to monetize that stuff. That is not for monetization. That is for students. So adding values. Okay, one more very important, really important. Resume building guideline. Okay, cool stuff. Let me quickly jump to a YouTube channel so that you can also see the value which we are continuously adding, and we are continuously adding that. It's not like it's like added there forever. Okay, some of the videos you can see that I have added recently as well. So there's a video called interview skills, just recently added yesterday itself. Okay, so this is like a video for interview, like why should we hire you, answering this question, why you want to work in our company. So these are like detailed answer for this all questions. Good with that. There are MongoDB installations, STS installation, that is Spring Tool Suite. Attitude is not everything. Okay, what is a change in era, installing and setting ActiveMQ, myths about Java technology. There are 3 myths. You know what? What are the 3 myths? Do you know? 3 basic myths, okay, which I broke is, the first one is the Java technology is absolute. Java technology is absolute. Okay, is this a myth? Yes, this is a myth. Java is not absolute. Java is actually taking a lot of what I can say. Java is adding a lot of value in the market. Okay, rather in currently, I see more Spring Boot projects. Okay, than anything else. Okay, in Java especially. Second myth about Java is Java is hard than XYZ, like Python, like R and Go. No, that's not true. We also saw that the learning in Java is much easier as compared to other programming languages. Okay. And third myth is Java is not ready for machine learning and AI. And this is a completely ridiculous objection. Java is actually ready for machine learning and AI development. Rather, some of the newer AI software started using Java and they are doing it very efficiently than other programs. Good with that? So that is all myths I have broken in my video. So there are awesome. Okay, I can quickly give you that channel. It is for you. It's nothing to monetize. It's only for people. It's only if you want to subscribe, do that. If you don't want to subscribe, don't do that. It's all on your things. It doesn't matter. Okay, so this is free stuff. This is free stuff. I keep on adding awesome stuff into it. Okay, and I was actually holding one of the channel which is having like 7.5 thousand subscribers. Okay, and I still use that, but I actually diverted that to a personal channel and I started this channel which is Rishi Trainer. Actually, I still have that 7.5. I can show you that if. It's not jumping. Yeah. So this is my actually personal. So I changed this to a personal channel which is Rishi Arun. So and I tried to create it a personal one, but this is like more than like almost 7,000 people who are following the newer videos. Okay, so I tried posting personal types of videos, personal motivation videos. Okay, but I dedicated. That's why I separated these channels. Okay, I dedicated another channel for you guys only. Okay, I started my blog. Everything is for students so that I can dedicate and I give code. Okay, so what are the awesome things you are getting out of this? So one of the awesome thing is you are always getting the recorded video, including this one. Okay, so even this video recording is for you. Second thing, you are going to get every material, including this particular mind map. So we wrote this mind map, right? So even this is for you. Okay, So even this is for you. Third one, you're gonna get all the code in GitHub. So everything, and we are going to write in the class. Okay, so we are not actually learning any college level programming. We are taking practical problem, practical case studies, and we are doing that. See, I have an electrical engineering background. I never learned college level programming. I only learned industry level programming, and I learned that that's what matters. Okay, people will not use like what is the theory of computer science and what is second generation computer. Okay, nobody asks you that. People will ask you the questions like how do we enhance security of RESTful API? How do we answer that question? Getting my point? So industry level Java I know, and I will teach you in that exact sequence. Okay, so that, and that is a value. That is a value. So I will give you only industry examples and only industry case studies. There is no matrix multiplication and three number addition here. Okay, so nothing gonna work in that way. We are only taking industry level problem case studies, solving that in the here in class itself, and then that project only will get uploaded. So we have dedicated GitHub channel, okay, where all the code is uploaded, and you will get that. I will also teach you how to create your own and submit assignment in your own GitHub repository. I will not review the code if you send it in email. You have to submit in GitHub. Okay, and how do you do that? We have all explanatory videos ready for that. Don't worry about it, so that you can follow and feel every time. Good with that? All the accesses to videos are lifetime. Good with it? Materials lifetime. Class code lifetime. Good with that? Download also. You can actually grab a GitHub code and put a copy of it, clone it, no problem. Good with that? Plus, recently what I did is for our Java community. So I have actually trained more than 1500 students by now. Okay. And out of them, few are still in connected with me. Okay. Some of them like they start with enthusiasm, but then they never complete. You know that every course has, you know what is the industry standard of course completion? Industry percentage. You will surprised to see the number. Even if you see any of the training channels, the course completion rate, okay, and Google these numbers. Well, LinkedIn actually showed this number probably like last month or something. In April or May, I think they published, not last month, last quarter. The overall course completion percentage is 3%. Do you imagine that? People pay for courses and never completes it. I don't know why, but they never complete it. And surprisingly, my number is 30%. So I'm 10x for that. Okay, and I'm not telling that just like that. You can join my Telegram channel. You can join my Telegram community, and you will see I'll added last 3 batches in there. People are still active. People who got jobs help each other. Correct? You can ask question, post the question there in the Telegram channel, and what's gonna happen? If I'm not available at that particular, if I'm also doing my job, okay? I'm in job, I actually work in some industry. I might be in a production issue. I might be somewhere in critical meeting. I cannot answer immediately, but someone is out there who is expert, who already learned Java from me, who is already working in some other company. And he says, okay, some other fellow of mine, just like me, need help. He will help you immediately. That is an awesome thing, because most of the time these are not technical queries. These are like resources query, where I can see this, where I can see that. Okay, how do you see Tomcat JNDI configuration? All those things. So these are like quick finders for those who already went through the same path and same journey. Getting my point? So that is a real value add in you. So you will get support, you'll get technology, you'll get guidance, and ultimately what you're gonna achieve is a newer path to a job finding, newer job. And what I'll say is once you come out of this course, you will be a different person altogether, because you know all this, you know the terms now, you know how industry speaks, correct? So all these things are part of our course, and we are going through this journey. Good with that? Any questions up to this point? Okay, cool. So before actually heading to the end part of this, what I'm going to tell you is three important secrets. Okay, three important secrets for grabbing a job in Java technology. Okay, so only three secrets. Okay, nothing more than that. So I shifted duration. Oh, thank you for that. Okay, I missed that point, and thank you for reminding. So duration of this course. What I did is I divided this course in two parts. One is a technology learning where actual code and interaction is needed, and one is non-technology. That is the technology only, but supporting technologies, okay, where the videos are already there and I'm gonna share the videos. What are the videos? Maven, GitHub, okay, HTML, okay. Even though this listed here, this is a video, okay, HTML. These are not YouTube, okay. This is dedicated for you. Good with that. So these are some, there are some other videos also which are supporting. These are not actual technology. So considering actual technology learning as our path, including your assignment and project, we gonna cover entire stuff in 45 to 50 hours. Okay, huge training. So be sure you are dedicating some time for it. Good with that. How much time you're gonna spend? What I have considered, including project, you should actually consider 1.5 months for this particular course, okay, including your project. Now, this is the best time to join because what happens is, now once you start, okay, this course is not starting tomorrow, this is starting from Monday. Good with that. From Monday, if we start, we are going to start in a slower pace so that you understand each and every concept, follow each and every concept. Later, when you understand, we have a groundwork ready, we have an entire foundation ready. After that, we can go a little faster, and then after spring, we will go in a full speed. Good with that, so that now you have a good understanding like how the things works. Cool. So now, considering all that time, by November end, this particular course ends. Good with that. In November, what happens? In December, what happens? You get a preparation time. No company hires in December. Okay, very rare companies. Okay, I was in US for 9 years. Okay, very few companies actually hires in December. Okay, the budget allocation for any new hiring will happen from January. So now you get full-fledged month to prepare your resume, to advertise yourself, to groom yourself according to, and I will give you, there is also a guidance video on LinkedIn, how to search jobs on Dice, Naukri, Monster and LinkedIn. Okay, so there is a dedicated video I created for you in interview guidance sessions. Okay, in interview techniques, there are 7 videos. Okay, in interview techniques, there are 7 videos. Out of that, one is about job findings only. So we dedicate that particular stuff, and you get full-fledged time to develop yourself. Now in that time, you have to also prepare for mock interviews. So that mock interview is taken by somebody else, some other faculty. Okay, so I will invite that faculty, or I will invite an expert in the industry from my friends, okay, from my colleagues, and it will be similar or lesser experience. Okay, and he will take or she will take an interview for you, and that points, okay, whatever jot down points will be given to me. Good with that. Given to me, and I will discuss those with you, like, okay, these are the lacunas. Okay, you are fumbling in communication, you are not good in Spring JDBC or something like that. Okay, so all those points will be discussed one to one with you so that you can develop that. So by the time January comes, you are best and you can quickly start, okay, grabbing the jobs and awesome things in the market. Full stack developer is paid really well, okay, because I'm taking almost like 12 to 15 interviews per week now. Okay, I'm a freelance interview taker also, so sometimes you end up facing me itself, and that will be awesome thing because I recognize my students. Okay, that happened one time only, although all 1500 students, only one time that happened. In AT&T, I was taking a freelance interview, and one of my students called Ritika, she actually faced me itself, and she didn't recognize because she never saw my face. Now people know about because of YouTube channel. Anyway, so that was a funny thing, but then you will have enough time to face the interview at that time, so that now in January you will get paid well. Okay, if you are less confident and you face an interview, okay, and you lack in some technological stuff, your confidence of asking money also reduces. Isn't that true? But once you are prepared, once you are confident, okay, then the things changes. Good with that. Okay, the last and awesome bonus. Do you need to load software tools in our computer? Yes, absolutely. Yes, and that will be guided in this section in core Java and basics of Java. You need MySQL, you need MongoDB, you need Eclipse, you need IntelliJ i4, all those things. There are proper guidance. Even on YouTube channel, they are provided. If I jump to my YouTube channel, if I go back to my Rishi trainer channel, There are all videos provided like STS installation, MongoDB installations, right? ActiveMQ installations. Okay, Eclipse setup. Eclipse set is also there. Setting up Eclipse, MySQL installation, setting Python. So Python is also like many people knows about it. Okay, so these are all things which are available. Setting Eclipse and JDK 11. All these videos are already there. Okay, so these are all. Tomcat installation is also there. Okay, so C00, these are codes. C003. So I will only in class I will tell you, go ahead and watch C001, C002. This is for you. This is C is what? This is C for common videos. Okay, so common videos are published here so that you can watch, you can learn. Okay, you can see these things. Good with that? So that being said, the forum is open for questions if you have any. Okay, can you please link to tools and installation instruction? Yes, absolutely, but not now. Okay, let's start. Okay, let's start and then we will do it. Good with that? Everything I will be telling you, don't worry. Nothing. So even in, so if you state installing Eclipse, here I am actually telling you where to go. So I'm actually telling you, okay, download and install Eclipse. How do you do that? So first thing is go to eclipse.org. Simple. So everything is properly there. Getting my point? This is for you. Everything is for you. Adding value is important. So now the forum is open for question. The only question I cannot answer and I don't know the answer is what is the fee of this course, because I'm an hourly paid person, so I don't have a clue what kind of money you pay, but I only know that there are bonuses which we are adding. Now I want to actually talk about the last bonus. Okay, and we are creating that particular module for students of like actually I'm creating for my students only. The bonus is, how do you apply? I don't know how you take it, but if you believe it, okay, if you believe it, it's really working stuff. Okay, and the bonus is, how do you apply, and please be ready for it, how do you apply law of attraction for finding jobs? Okay, I don't know how you take it, but one of my student was NLP trainer, and she was very what a keen to add this particular module, and she was not ready to record her own video, so she just forced me, she just taught me all those things. Okay, so this is what Rishi you have to do, tell all of you, tell all the students. Okay, please do that, that's gonna help and all those. Okay, so she followed up almost for 3 months, and finally I created that model that using law of attraction for finding a job. Okay, so I am adding that module for you. Okay, this is again a free video and it will be for you only. Okay, using a Mac, is that okay? It's awesome, man, it's awesome. Okay, Mac is cool. Cool. Anything else? Any questions to be clarified or anything you want to ask? So I'm looking at the timeline of starting your self project. I have not added the project stuff, right? So in between, in full stack training, we generally start a project in here when we complete advanced Java stuff. Okay, and then so I'll insert subtopic here, which is in project 1, I'll say. So this is project 1, and after spring there is a project 2, because unless and until you do a practical programming, nothing gonna happen. That's the project 2, and then after everything is done, even including additional bundles, there will be a real-time practical project which you have to do. I'll not guide there, I will be just guiding you on the review part. Okay, I'll tell you, okay, this is what is not followed, or you need to use this technology. Okay, even technology stack you choose it, because one thing can be coded in n number of technology. You can use plain JSP servlets, you can use RESTful APIs and Angular JS, or you can use Spring Boot and Angular JS, or you can use HTML5. See, all depends on you. What to choose, what not to choose, you choose that. Just let me know you want to be Angular as your niche, okay, or Spring as your niche, and create that project. It's on you, I will be guiding you along, don't worry about that. Okay, that is your last project. I can see the timelines of the last project around November 1st, no, not November last week or December 1st week, something like that. And that is a good timing, because you will actually take like almost a week. If you take 4 or 5 hours per day, almost a week to complete entire project. Okay, and then you can get it reviewed, your resume is prepared properly, all things cool. Good with that? Cool. So if there are no questions, we're gonna stop here. So, but what is important stuff? Is email address. So where to reach me? So even if you have any questions after this particular session, you can reach me at rishi.h2kinfosys@gmail.com, and you can see your chat box. I posted my email address and I generally respond quickly. Okay. I try to respond within few hours itself. Okay, only when I'm in some kind of production issue for my company or something like that. Okay. By the way, I'm an integration architect. I teach completely different and I do completely different stuff in my company. So, but it is related all here. Okay, so I'm part in microservices development, deployment. I'm also part in Kafka, Camel, that kind of technologies. Good with that. Cool. So that being said, I'm going to stop here. If you have any questions anywhere, okay, please drop an email to me. We will have one-to-one. I will resolve it. Only then we'll proceed further. Okay. So remember that it's not about me. I can tell you a lot of things. It's all about you, how you take it, how you practice. Because everything in our course, there is no theory. I have not opened. So everything is extempore. I'm not reading any slide, not even for selling this. Even if I forget, that's okay, but I'm not reading slides. Okay, everything is extempore. Good with that? So let's stop here and I'm really hopeful to see you on Monday. Thanks a lot, everyone. Enjoy your time. Thank you. Thank you, Clark. Thank you, Tulika. Thanks.